Hello everyone and welcome to the next episode. I am of course your host Wild Will. Today I am going to be working on the first framing parts of my boat build. So as you can see here, I have my kayaks. They're set up on their build rack and I have this 4x4. What I'm going to do is make a template of that gap you see right there in the middle, cut the 4x4 and bolt the two kayaks together with that as the central supporting piece. It's going to be a complex cut because it's going to be thinner up top where the two blue parts are. I'm going to be cutting off some of that blue. And then, as you know, this hull slopes away, so I have to make the bottom part wider. But we're going to see what happens and head to it. First, let me apologize. I am violating one of my own caveats of this whole project, which was I would have a cigar. As I mentioned several times, this is being done on a budget. The reason I'm doing it on a budget? I'm broke. I ran out of cigars yesterday, didn't have any money to buy any today. Hopefully the next episode, video, segment, whatever, I will have a cigar, but today I am having to go cigarless. It's a very, very sad day in my life. Okay, so I have measured to halfway down the boat here. I have measured a little more than 36 inches. And I'm going to cut this blue piece off from here to here, down and around, so that I have access. I have the white marked under here. And I'm going to do that with this cut-off wheel, and then I'm going to make the template, which we'll use a piece of cardboard, and hopefully we'll see how that all works out. Loud noise this morning. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, that piece came off nicely, but the other piece doesn't seem to have cut fully. Okay, I'll get the rest of it done and then we will move on to part two. Okay, so what I've done is I put a center line in this cardboard, line that up with the center mark I have here. Okay. Bring it back a little bit. And what I'm going to try and do is tap down on here and put an impression in the cardboard. It's a subtle curve, but it is indeed a curve and I want to get it right. So, center point there. Looks like I have a good line. Let me find my cutter. Oh, there it is. Nice thing about using cardboard like this is if you mess it up, all you need is more cardboard. Let me get the other side done and transfer this to the wood, and then we'll be ready to cut. So you never know if you can do something until you try. Well, here goes nothing, the first cut of wood. At least wood's not expensive. If I screw it up, I can always, hopefully, redo it. Let's see what happens. This is obviously going to take a while. I'll come back to you when I'm done. Yesterday I was an idiot and I forgot to record any of my work on the kayak, but I had ordered from Amazon this tool. It's a wood shaping tool. It's very rough. It sits on my angle grinder, and I can do things like cut odd angles into wood. So I ground down this piece of wood on both sides to slightly convex shape so that it fits up against the side of the kayak. I started to put that piece on and realized I hadn't recorded anything, so I stopped, and I'm going to pick up at this point recording my attaching the two kayaks together in the center with this piece. So here you can see I have my main bolt here, which will go through the kayak wall over here, through the wood, through the other kayak wall, and be the main one. I also have back over here a bolt lag screw. I'm going to put another one up in this area over here, and when I finally complete the project and put them all together, I will have a couple more for security on either side. But for right now, to get it aligned and set up, that is, I'm going to use just the three. So let's throw in the front lag bolt, and then we'll get the other kayak lined up and get them hooked together. First step on this kayak, got to cut out a similar section like on this one. I'll do that off camera because it's loud. The plastic on the kayak started to be a pain, broke apart my cutting disc, didn't want to cut all the way through. So next up is a very critical point in the build. I have to get this kayak lined up perfectly with that one so that I can secure the main bolt through. Now what you can't see on screen is that I have marked the center point on both kayaks. We'll mark over here with a pen. I'm going to have to line this one back and forth to get it lined up and get it set up so that it's at the same height so that I can mark the hole coming through. This could be interesting. After pulling some contortionist moves and some measuring, I got pretty much where the top of the hole should be measured on this side. Time to drill and make sure it lines up. Just knock that bolt through and see what happens. So I got the main bolt through. Time to put a couple lag screws in. I don't know if I can reach this. I have a feeling I'm going to be moving these down to a ground level to finish the rest of it. I wanted to do it up here because I have bad knees and bending, and going down and up is a bit of a problem, but at this point I can't reach across very effectively, so after I get these two hooked together, I will be moving these to the ground. There we go. They are now one cohesive unit. Next episode, I'll have them on the ground and I will be working on the main framing for the deck. That's all for this episode, and remember, light them if you got them.